Week 8 of the fantasy baseball season, and here's a few pitchers I would drop this week. The first guy, Alex Wood of the San Francisco Giants. Wood, he's come back recently from injury, and he really hasn't done much. Is Alex Wood over the last few games here. So on the season for Wood, 20 innings, 0-0 record, 21 Ks, a 4.05 ERA, and a 1.5 whip with no quality starts on the season. So right now he's been a 4 2/3 to 5 inning pitcher, is Alex Wood. And like I said, he's not doing anything. This Giant offense we know isn't great. It's not going to give him a lot of run support as well. And right now he just, like I said, a few innings he's going to give fantasy owners. So May 12th at Arizona, an inning in that game, 3 hits, a run, a walk, a K in that game. May 15th versus Philly, 4 2/3, no decision. 4 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 4 Ks. And May 21st versus the Marlins, 4 1/3, no decision in that one. 6 hits, 4 runs, 5 Ks. So right now, Alex Wood not doing much for this San Francisco Giant team. And fantasy owners have held on to him over the last few weeks. But right now, I think it's time to drop Alex Wood, not going deep into games, not getting run support. And even if he goes 5-6 innings, he really hasn't had decisions either as Wood. So right now, while he's not doing anything, and Kyle Harrison, I think, could be up sooner than later, one of their top pitching prospects for this Giant team. He's a pitcher I would drop this week. The next pitcher is Noah Syndergaard of the Los Angeles Dodgers. I know with the injuries in the rotation for this Dodger team, that Syndergaard most likely will stay with Dustin May down out of the rotation. They called up Gavin Stone and Bobby Miller for May and Urias spot. But Noah Syndergaard over the last few seasons, he just hasn't cut it as a starter. 41 1/3 on the season, 1-3 record, 30 Ks, 5.88 ERA, a 1.33 whip, and 3 quality starts. So Syndergaard, he hasn't been pitching well. He's not going deep into games, and his strikeout rate's definitely dropped off big time over the last couple seasons. So he's never really been the same since that Tommy John surgery, is Noah Syndergaard. So right now, fantasy owners have still been trotting him out there, but he's not doing much at all with Syndergaard. Even in points leagues, he's not really getting anything done. 9th at the Brewers, 1 inning in that one, a hit, a walk in relief. May 15th versus Minnesota, 4 innings in that game, no decision. 4 hits, 2 runs, 5 Ks. And May 20th at the Cardinals, 5 innings, no decision. 4 hits, 3 runs, a walk, and 4 Ks. And Noah Syndergaard, he's only got 3 quality starts in 9 outings on the season, like I said. And his last quality start was April 19th versus the New York Mets. So the last month he hasn't done anything. And like I said, if these young guys and Gavin Stone and Bobby Miller come up now with the injuries to Urias in May here and pitch well, Noah Syndergaard's going to be out of the starting rotation, in my opinion, once they return as May and Urias. So right now, not pitching good. ERA just about the 6, and he's not even going deep into ball games, even though early in the year he had 3 out of the first 4 outings where he went 6 innings. But now he's not even doing that. So right now, with nothing going on with Syndergaard, he's a pitcher I easily would drop this week. The next guy is Seth Lugo of the San Diego Padres. So Lugo converted back to a starter this season after many seasons in the New York Met bullpen, and his first year with San Diego got off to a decent start, but now the numbers are leveled out, and he's injured as well, is Lugo, with a calf strain. Even though it could be the minimum 15 days, he's still not a pitcher I would stash on my injured list. 41 1/3 on the season, 3-3 record, 38 Ks, 4.10 ERA, a 1.37 whip, and 5 quality starts. So right now on the surface, not bad numbers for Seth Lugo, but like I said, he's not really a pitcher I would stash on my injured list. I know he's on a Padre team that on paper has good hitting, but they're not playing well this season either. And if Ryan Weathers now comes up here and pitches well, Lugo could be out of that starting rotation for this Padre team. So right now, he's not worth the stash, in my opinion. The last 2 outings for him before he went down, May 10th at the Twins, 6 innings, no decision, 5 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 5 Ks, a quality start. And May 16th versus a weak Royal offense, he got bombed in that one. 2 innings, got the loss. 4 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, 2 Ks. So right now, Lugo, we know his injuries have usually been extended as well, where he was supposed to be out a minimum time, but he has lingering injuries, and now as a starter, it could even be worse. Even though I know it's not an arm injury, it's only the calf. Still, obviously, as a pitcher, a lot of power comes from your legs throwing. So right now, Seth Lugo, well, he's been out with the calf injury, and the numbers have been up and down over the last few weeks before he went out. He's a pitcher I would drop this week. The next pitcher is Domingo Germán of the New York Yankees. So Germán, his numbers on the surface have been decent. We know he's suspended, but he'll come back towards the weekend now. his mom, but this is the second or third time now there's been suspicion that he was cheating. So on the season, 48 innings, 2-3 record, 49 Ks, a 3.75 ERA, 0.90 whip, and 2 quality starts. So his whip's solid this season for Germán, no doubt about it. But obviously now, with him caught cheating, it's definitely going to play a factor to see if it helped him or not for Domingo Germán. So right now, he's been dropped in a decent amount of fantasy leagues. But he's still a pitcher that's been decent, like I said. But now we don't know what we're going to expect from him after caught cheating. And obviously, umpires every game will check him even more, I believe, here for Germán. So the last few games before he got caught, April 26 in Minnesota, 6 innings, got the win. 5 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, 8 Ks. May 1st versus Cleveland, 8 1/3 in that one. 2 hits, a run, a walk, 6 Ks, a quality start. May 6th at Tampa, 5 innings, no decision, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks. May 11th versus Tampa, 5 2/3, got the loss. 3 hits, a run, 3 walks, 3 Ks. And then May 16th at the Jays, where he got caught in that one, 3 innings, no decision. No hits in that ball game, 2 Ks, so he was off to a good start in that ball game, and I wonder why. But anyway, now caught cheating, out 10 days, and we'll see how he bounces back now that more eyes will be on him. I think he's not worth the headache, is Domingo Germán. And he's a pitcher I would drop this week. In deeper leagues, 12-team deep leagues or 14 deep leagues, obviously I wouldn't drop him, but basic 12 and 10-team leagues, he's a droppable pitcher this week. And the fifth and final pitcher I look to drop is Jameson Taillon, a former Yankee, but now with the Chicago Cubs, and he's having a horrible first season with the Cubs. So right now, this offseason, he got paid big money as Taillon, and he's not producing it all on the season. 26 2/3, 0-3 record, 27 Ks, an 8.10 ERA, and a 1.73 whip with no quality starts. After last season, he was 14-5 with a 3.91 and 12 quality starts. So right now, he's going out there, and he's been batting practice this season. This is Jameson Taillon, and a guy that I think the Cubs could kick out of the rotation, even though they did give him a 4-year deal and pay him a lot of money in the offseason. But when you got prospect like Ben Brown in the minor leagues, who I think's ready to come up and be good for this Cub team, and fantasy owners, a guy like Taillon who's done nothing is a guy that could be expendable. But like I said, with the contract, he might stick in the rotation, but obviously no fantasy value at all this season. May 9th versus the Cardinals, 2 2/3. No decision, 5 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks. May 15th at Houston, 4 2/3, no decision. 7 hits, 4 runs, a walk, a K in that one. And May 20th at Philly, 2 1/3, got wrecked in that one. Got the loss, 6 hits, 6 runs, 3 walks, a K. So right now, not doing anything worth fantasy values, Jameson Taillon. The last couple years could have been fluky with a good offense behind him with the New York Yankees, even though he did pitch in a tough division like the AL East. But anyway, whatever the case may be, he's not producing this season. And at this point, I think the Cubs are getting tired of him in the starting rotation and might pivot to Ben Brown or even Hector Wolensky coming back up from the minor leagues. That's a few pitches I look to drop here in Week 8 of the fantasy baseball season.